14.
I'm Andrew, and I'm also 14.
And what we worked on was Raspberry Pi, which we have right here. And the Raspberry Pi is a microprocessor, which and it has like a bunch of different ports, like HDMI, USB, which allows us to plug it into computers, and we can program it to do different functions. And it can also send out messages like to other electrical components. Like we can turn on LEDs, or we can tell something like when to do something with programming.
The Raspberry Pi also has GPI ports. That's right here. That's basically it has signals through it, and it can be connected to like as many things as possible as long as it has GPIO pins. Also, this is a breadboard. It has a bunch of GPIO pins that are connected to the Raspberry Pi and this board from a remote control that we're going to be using for the voice control. It also has relays that have switches, and those switches are activated once you click a button from the remote control. It also has transistors and different cables like male to male and female to female.
What we forgot to introduce was our project. We're doing voice-controlled wireless outlets. So basically what we're going to do shortly is we're going to say commands to the Raspberry Pi, and they're going to process those and send them to through the relays and the transmitters in the breadboard, which are then connected to the original remote control, which will transmit the signal to the outlets, and hopefully it should turn on the soldering iron. Hopefully. So yeah, and now I'm going to explain what we did with the remote control. So basically what we did was we took the original remote control and we opened it up and we took out the circuit board. And once we took out the circuit board, we could then solder on wires. So we have wires attached to our breadboard, and those wires are soldered onto the circuit board. So instead of clicking the button that was on the remote control, we instead signals instead. That way we can trigger the outlets. Okay, we're going to start a demo now.
Can everyone be quiet, because this is a really sensitive microphone.
Pi. Pi. Oh, okay. So, it's kind of frozen right now. But what it should be doing is our command is pi, so we tell the Raspberry Pi pi, and it should ask us for a command. And once we get, we're using Google Voice, by the way. So we have different systems downloaded which process what we're saying using Google Voice. And then our command to turn it on would be light one on, which should turn on. Looks like it's still frozen. Oh, it's going.
Prompt came back.
Pi. Well, this is working like 5 minutes ago in the room. This kind of sucks.
We were scared of unplugging it and plugging it in.
Yeah.
So in the room, I guess it was more quiet than out here. It was like nothing out here. But I guess after we unplugged everything, it messed up the mic or something in the Raspberry Pi, and I guess that's triggering it to not catch our voice right now.
So, like, future improvement, maybe use like an actual microphone, because we have like a USB mic that's just really tiny and may not catch everything. It's pretty cheap and inexpensive, so it's
What happens if you just give a random input, like tap on the microphone with your hand?
with our hands.
Yeah.
It wouldn't really receive.
It wouldn't do anything because we set it so that you have to say the actual word for it to go. So if you just tap on